About 3 days ago, I decided to take my girlfriend out, go to the cinema, and actually treat her to a movie. Now, the thing is that you guys need to understand is my partner loves horror films, and I happen to hate horror films. The fact that I'm actually reviewing this film is not actually a review, it's just telling you guys how much I hate horror films, because this movie has traumatized me. But this horror film, Conjuring, actually is obviously very well known horror film series. The film was actually quite brilliant. So basically, The Conjuring, obviously, as many people know, is obviously the third installment of, I think, a 4-part series. But then obviously like the Annabelle movies and The Nun and the other ones that unfortunately I ended up watching as well, and I wasn't able to sleep as well. So why the hell did I think to myself that I could watch this movie and not get any nightmares? I don't know. So the movie basically follows obviously the stories again of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Everything is based off a true story, by the way, which makes everything 10 times worse. Oh, it is a true story, so basically it can really happen for real. So then in my house, I'm thinking that when the door is creaking, that actually a ghost is moving the door. And my girlfriend thinks that I'm crazy. They are now retired. They're just focusing on family, just focusing on themselves, just basically focusing on being basically lecturers in the film. We also find out that obviously his daughter, which I didn't know about because I didn't watch the Conjuring movies like that, who basically has the same powers, abilities, powers, sense, whatever it is, the same way as her mom does. We also find out that the daughter has a boyfriend who is ex-cop, and the reason why he's an ex-cop is because he almost got shot in the face, but luckily the gun clicked, which prompted him then to propose to Ed and Lorraine's daughter, so they can finally get married and have a family together. So on the other side of town, somewhere in Louisiana, Pennsylvania, I think, it's basically in that area anyways, there's a family who received a big ass mirror and it looks creepy as heck and has a crack through it. I think it was a birthday or something like that, or a communion or something like that. She was basically just sitting down and she was about to blow out the candles. So as she was going to blow out the candles, something else blew it out. That's the moment where I already was like, okay, popcorn on my face, nobody can see me, I can't see it, but I can still hear everything. So when that happens, then all of a sudden the chandelier falls, the girl falls back, and then she starts bleeding out of her forehead. So that's just like the beginning of just bad things happening. And the scene that really messed me up still plays in my mind, and that's the moment that I knew that I'm going to not sleep tonight. When the mom went downstairs to, I think it was like to put clothes in the washing machine, and as she put in the clothes in the washing machine, there's something in the dark. And you can only see, like, you can kind of make out that there's a man standing there. And my brain automatically photocopied exactly that moment, and I was like, I'm not sleeping tonight. And then when I looked over to my girlfriend was just smiling, grinning from ear to ear, just like being so happy to watch this shit. And like, I really worry for her. Multiple unfortunate events are happening. Daughters decide to basically take the mirror, kind of figured out that the mirror has some bad juju on it, so decide to take the mirror and actually dump it outside, because on that day it was the dumping day, or dump retrieval day, whatever the fuck that was. The person took the mirror, put it in the back of the dump truck, and as I crushed it, all of a sudden one of the daughters then started coughing. Suddenly she started projectile vomiting blood out. There's a little pieces of glass coming out of my mouth. So like days go by, the family thinks that is happening. Basically, the daughter was just telling the dad, like, yo, what are you going to do about this? Like, what is the, like, what's the plan? But at the end of the day, it's like, what can we do? It's a spirit. We are not equipped to deal with this type of shit. So the daughter was like, don't be a bitch. Either just say that you're a bitch or go and get help. He decided to get help from the media, basically, to bring more awareness and try and get the church basically to come down, help them, and just find out exactly what's happening, because they believe it's nothing normal. There's a scene where this little doll that I have, a doll is like crawling, going, mommy, 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 out of the blue, goes into the daughter's room and lifts itself. And when it drops, it's like some old, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. You guys can't even see it. Look, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about, oh my God. I hate this film so much. And so they're dealing with that. One of the pastors who is friends with Ed and Lorraine decides to go over there after seeing it on the news, goes in there and starts spreading holy water. And then he decides to go down to the basement where we saw that little silhouette of a man silhouette of a man who, anyways, when he's like putting the holy water over there, everything's starting to smoke, and he then has to like go back and say, oh, you know what, he like runs, dashes upstairs, he's like, hey, listen here, I'm gonna go to the church is gonna help you, don't worry, I got you, blah blah blah, right? Back to the church to find the priest or the head pastor, the head priest, the head whatever of the place. And as he goes there, he sees two people, you know, like there's a janitor and then a receptionist. The priest is basically just sitting there talking to the receptionist. 10 receptionists can please let priest Kakashi basically just let him know that I am here to have a conversation with him because this family that I know basically needs him. We just basically just sitting there waiting. I'm keep getting goosebumps, man. Anyways, the priest is like, oh, looking out, like, oh, that's strange. Looks out forward, the lady is gone. Then he's like, decides to stand up, and he's like, that's strange. The phone rings. He picks up the phone. The receptionist's voice basically just says, priest, blah blah blah. Yeah, you can go now. And when I said you can go now, the phone just drops. He turns around. The door where Pastor Kakashi was meant to come through, all of a sudden just slams open. Everything goes into darkness, and the pastor has to like quickly grab like a, what's it called again? The power of Christ compels you. It's a cross, but like it's a certain word for it. I forgot. And he's like praying, and the demon's basically laughing at him, and then lights the shit on fire. He drops it. I don't remember how, but then basically the pastor then all of a sudden walks outside, takes the cord, puts it around his neck, and jumps. Conjuring, that movie, there's like so many other ones before that, but for me, as I'm speaking about this movie, it creeped me the fuck out so much that I keep getting goosebumps. Like, I'm not shitting you. I showed you guys my goosebumps. I keep getting goosebumps over and over and over again because this movie was actually so creepy. Yeah, like it wasn't even the creepiest. These scenes were not even the creepiest scenes. The next scene was literally the daughter, because she found out obviously that she's gay. The boyfriend basically proposed to her. She said, oh yes. So then they went to naturally go get a wedding dress fitting. So her and her mom, Lorraine, because I don't know her name, let's call her Jessica. So Jessica and her mom basically then go into this wedding dress shop place where you get dresses. She knows obviously the dressmaker. They get then into the change room. The change room is like an infinity mirror, which I already knew something is gonna go wrong. She then proceeds to obviously gets fitted. She gets like poked once by accident, and the woman's like, oh no, you know what, I'm sorry. Her phone starts ringing outside. The shop owner then decides to go outside because nobody's there to pick up the phone. Now Jessica's alone, thinks she's enjoying herself. So as she's doing that, she then drops down quickly, and as she looks up, there's one reflection. It's like an infinite one. So like it's like, me, but in a mirror. She's looking up, she's on the floor, she looks up, and one of her reflections is still standing looking at her. So she stands up slowly, and then I keep getting goosebumps. Oh my god, guys. She's trying to basically face the reflection that's not reflecting. No. She's trying to face the reflection. Jesus Christ, English. She's trying to face the reflection that is not reflecting what it's supposed to be reflecting. I don't even know why. The door starts opening again, and it's like, okay, cool. The door's opening, and she goes, oh. The woman doesn't say anything. She goes underneath the dress again. She's like getting poked. Ow. And then at that moment, I was like, I said out loud, kick her. Kick her. The film is over. Kick her. And she's like saying the shop owner's name over and over again. She's like just heavy breathing instead of kicking to see who the fuck is underneath it. And then lo and behold, there's some old ass, oh my god, I keep getting goosebumps. She, instead of kicking her in the face like I would have done, she jumps back, and the woman's like crawling on top of her. I keep getting goosebumps. She closed her eyes, and I closed my eyes too, so I have no idea what next happened. All I remember was she was standing up against the mirror, and then suddenly her reflection started choking her out. Finally, the mom comes in, and she's like, are you okay, what's going on and stuff. So basically then they're at the funeral. They're all very, very sad, of course, funeral, boo-hoo. And the daughter decides to touch the coffin, and for some reason, something's like going like, and then she's like, oh, okay. She then decides, okay, cool, I'm going to go to Pennsylvania, find that family. I'm gonna go there because why? She says later on in the film that something is telling her that they need her there. So now mommy and daddy have to go save said daughter from trouble that she put herself in. So when they get there, everybody's like excited. They're like, oh my god, you guys are the Ghostbusters. Well, not Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters. You guys are basically, gonna save us and blah, blah. And these people are like, no. We are coming here to get our daughter. We're really, really sorry, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, nah.
We are meant to be here. We need to save these people. We can't run away. We always need to fight, stand our ground.
Which was cute, but little girl, I'm your daddy. Go into the car. I'm retired. I'm done. We're not doing this anymore. But they decided, well, you know what? We're gonna stay. We're gonna do whatever we need to do. And shit starts just happening. Mommy decides to go upstairs, and I'm already getting goosebumps because I'm thinking about the scene already ahead. She's praying around the room, and then she decides to check underneath the bed because she's like, this area here has some negative spiritual type of whatever. So let me check underneath the bed because usually it's underneath the bed. She checks underneath the bed. All of a sudden, the bed this sinks. She stands up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Looks at the bed, white shirt. All we see is a body underneath the blankets and then a hand slowly scooping away. I don't know why he decided to do this at 11 p.m. The daughter gets called upstairs by mom, but it's not mommy. Then she sees that the attic is open. She goes up the attic, looks around, mom is not there. Instead of being like, you know what, common sense. If my mother's not there, that means something else caught me here. Let me go downstairs, get my mom, dad, and kind of figure it out. No, she decides that she's gonna go upstairs, find a flashlight, and decides to just flash around. As she's doing that, she finds the mirror that the family has broken before, basically threw in the bin. It didn't come back, it just appeared. She touches the glass, and all of a sudden, she's like crawling. My God, my goosebumps. She looks up and she sees something written, "Miss me," and all we know, there's a swinging chair, and we all knew it's Annabelle. So Annabelle is just going after this girl forever. And the dad kind of sees the mirror and he's like, this is like one of our first jobs that we ever had when we were younger, and there was like a possession, and if we never were able to complete it, we ran away because they were inexperienced. They didn't know how to close this off. So the demon came back to finish what? I forgot why exactly, but like that is basically want the daughter dead. Obviously, the other spirits want them dead. The dad then decides to do it. He decides to take the mirror back home. So they put a blanket on him, put a belt on him. The daughter's downstairs. She is basically just being wrapped, but the mirror doesn't want to leave the attic. Ed and the dad of the house, are carrying the mirror. The mirror starts getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and the belt slowly opens until all the belts are undone. The blanket flies off, looks down into the mirror, into the reflection, and sees there's a spirit above him. So he starts panicking. He's like, oh shit, this bitch is above me. Dad basically trips down the attic. While that's all happening, she's all of a sudden like, oh, I don't feel so well. She hears the bang and the mom leaves, goes upstairs. Daddy's like, don't worry about it. Cool, goosebumps. She goes downstairs. The daughter's not in bed anymore. She looks around the room. There's only one set of lights coming from like the side night lamp or something like that. The daughter's in the dark, sitting in the dark, crouched over, saying the words that are meant to keep the spirits at bay in her head. The mom is like, are you okay? Daughter looks over, her eyes possessed. Bro, goosebumps. And then she starts smiling. My God. And the mom realizes what's happening. Girl starts crawling towards mom. I said, fucking kick her. Face, I know she's a daughter and everything else, but in that very moment, she's not. Do whatever you need to do to keep that thing at bay and kick her right in the face. They started fighting, and then the daughter basically pushes the mom down into the basement. As I tell my girlfriend, you know what, babe? See how the dog is barking at the spirit? That's the reason why we need a dog, because the dog will recognize bad spirits and it will just attack. As I'm saying that, she takes the dog, levitates it, and it smashes it against the wall. So my girlfriend was like,
you were saying?
I was like, you know what? Forget it. The dad then obviously he's like, what's the orders ruckus about? He comes downstairs, sees his daughter, and he's like, yo, it's me, daddy, it's me, daddy, it's me, daddy. Touches his heart, gives him a heart attack. Dad's getting a heart attack. She goes upstairs, goes back into the attic. Dad's taking his pills. Mama's being chased downstairs. The boyfriend can't access the house because the demons basically closed the door. So he's trying to find another way in. They come back into the house. They find daddy. They take daddy, go upstairs, go into the attic, and find the daughter swinging like a chandelier in the attic. They're all trying to get her down as quick as possible because she is clearly dying. They do get her down, but unfortunately, I actually thought that they would actually keep it like that she lost it. But then at the same time, I was like, they're not gonna do that. They have to give hope. So basically, then they started doing CPR, and as they did CPR and she wakes up again, suddenly the mirror starts levitating and spinning like Michael Jackson, right? So as it's spinning like Michael Jackson, then it stops, goes hee hee, launches itself towards the boyfriend of the girl and misses him, but then starts pushing against him, that it starts scraping the skin off of his leg. And the daughter, she's like screaming and shouting, and she's like crawling away like as fast as she can. The mirror then decides to leap and then choke the guy. And that's when the mom was like realizing that, okay, and you know what, actually we can't just run away from this. You have to face it, like let it in, let it out, let it all out. They turn around, they face the demon, the mirror, it just explodes. Well, the mirror doesn't explode, but like there's like a huge spirit force kind of thing. That's basically it with the movie. The demons are gone, the house is safe. The family decided to stay there for another few years for some reason. I don't know why. I would have just left. That's basically the whole film, everything that I can remember anyways. What I think about this movie was obviously it's so creepy to me anyways, because I hate horror movies. I watched the likes of like Bring Her Back, you know, long legs. I don't even want to talk about that because it's so bad, not because it's scary, it's so bad. But like all the movies that I've seen this year, of the horror movies that I've seen this year, I think this one actually takes the cake because I was actually creeped out. I was really scared. Bring Her Back was also scary, but it was more like gory than anything. But this one was actually really scary, and the way they shot it, the way they kept like the tension of the jump scares and everything else was just perfect. Yeah, I think like I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 just because, you know, I have recurring nightmares over it, and I can't sleep in the dark anymore, and I can't hear any strange noises without thinking that something is there, or somebody is there, or somebody is walking, or something is happening, okay? But yeah, all in all, this movie is great. The way they shot it, the quality. The shot that I really loved the most was when the boyfriend is outside, he missed basically the spirit, crashed, and then it's like a one shot that goes around the house, up above the house, and then goes back into the house. Like that shot was so amazing. And in 4DX as well, it was great because it was like on the seat, so we could actually feel like we are floating with the camera. And I think that shot was just so sexy. Like I really liked it. I hope that now that I talked about it, that my body and my spirit can finally rest from this goosebumps and just forget about all the scenes that I've seen. That's all I hope, honestly, about this thing. If you guys have enjoyed this film, let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite scene? Also, just let me know what kind of films you would like me to watch. I would love to get any film recommendations that you guys have. Good, bad films, horror films, action films, whatever you guys have. Just give me a recommendation because I really want to watch as many movies as possible and do this as much as I can. Yeah, I really don't know how to end this, so I'm just gonna say bye, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.